Racing in the last, supremely dipped at the start, missed it. Cullen Bay was first out, showing speed. Whistling Lass, Intrepid Astronaut, Queen Midas, all going quickly. Wedgetail Eagle's going to settle just behind the speed. Grand Mansion going fast. There's a fall. There's a fall. There is a fall, and I cannot see which horse it is. The horse, in fact, has totally lost the saddle, and the jockey is on the track, and I cannot see which horse it is. Now, as they come down the hill, settling just behind these leaders, Quick Game with Price of Love. Then Intrepid Astronaut, and further back came Queen Midas from Magic Claws. Well back coming to the turn, Onyx River, Prince Blev, then Brave Encounter. Supremely's tailed off last. That horse is up and galloping freely, but I cannot see the jockey on the turn at the 400 past it now. Cullen Bay went for home from Wedgetail Eagle. Quick Game, Intrepid Astronauts coming home well. It's going to be the one to hold off. Then Whistling Lass, and further back Queen Midas. Intrepid Astronaut after Cullen Bay. Intrepid Astronaut loomed up to Cullen Bay, who tries to fight on, but Intrepid Astronaut clear of Cullen Bay. Onyx River charging to third. Intrepid Astronaut wins the last. Cullen Bay second. Ahead away third, Onyx River. Then Brave Encounter, Quick Game, Magic Claws. Listen to these because you'll know which one it is. Then Prince Blev, Wedgetail Eagle, Queen Midas. Further back Grand Mansion, Supremely, Price of Love, Whistling Lass. Now let me try and think what I haven't called over the line. Dana's Pride, it could be. I think it's Dana's Pride. Dana's Pride, and Cherie Buki has had a nasty fall in the last. The horse has come down. No other runners seemingly were checked, but the saddles come right off, and Cherie Buki is lying on the track, and I just can't see from this side with lots of cars and people in front of the stand, but I cannot give you any report whatsoever other than that the horse is okay, but Cherie Buki is on the track, and I just wonder whether we might be able to get another camera shot from somewhere. Intrepid Astronaut $7.30, $8 and $8, number 4. 11 Cullen Bay second, and 14 Onyx River has run third. Here's the head on as they come around the turn. Intrepid Astronaut, trained by Stuart Padman and ridden by Shane Cale, has obviously been set for this race for a first up go. What a great training performance by Stuart. That's the horse's 6th win from 15 starts, and he's overpowered Cullen Bay to score with Onyx River charging down the outside for third. Now the ambulance personnel are quickly on the scene, and there's people looking over the fence everywhere, and she's obviously about to be placed on the stretcher. All right, what a terrible way to finish, Oakbank.
Yeah, amazing. Lost the saddle as well. So there'll be you would think a lengthy inquiry by stewards, and more importantly, they will have to find out the condition of young Cherie Buki. Ascot, race 5, the Alton Talk Welter, and Corporate Guns now at $2.60, Jumalik $9.80, Saloto at $3.40, and Astravaughan at $4.30. They are the top 4 in the market. Only a small field, and the favourite number 1 Corporate Gun, who's resuming, very good galloper, who's won 14 of his 24 starts, but he's got a lump, 61 less than 3 kilos first up. Righto, now Caulfield race 8, correct weight. 541, weights right, on the last at Caulfield. Now the ratings at Traralgon, as our twilight coverage is about to kick in. Jay Arry, wonderful season in the West. He's right up there on the Jockeys Premiership, and really a meeting goes by where he doesn't ride a winner, Johnny Clayt. That is number 7, Danny's Crystal, who was a winner 3 starts back at Ascot. Had no luck at the last 2 behind Lord Mason and Storm Fish. He did beat Fortune Streak 3 runs ago over 1,500. And Fortune Streak's in the market, so Danny's Crystal, number 7, might be another one to consider for your multiples at least. Righto, about to move across at Nowra. This is the Easter Cup, and this is Mark McNamara.
Thank you, Dean. Race 6 feature race, the Auto Pro Superstore Easter Cup over the 520. And they're about to move in.
And 2,400 metres ahead of them. The classic for the fillies. Off in the Oaks, Gambay, Bow Bells brushed together when the starter released the field, and Belle de Plume left very quickly off the inside. Coming away smartly is Snooze Control, and right over from the extreme outside, By Her Smile quickly going up to second, and in fact challenging for the lead, and dropping across behind those with a very hot pace early on, Danny's Crystal. The field breaks up at the judge the first time. By Her Smile has got them really stretching their necks in the early part of the race, leading nearly 2 lengths Snooze Control, a similar margin Danny's Crystal. then a break of 4 lengths to Belle de Plume. Fortune Streak next. She's 1 off the fence, a length and a half to Bow Bells. Baracup Bay, Taolani next ahead of Lady Avonlea. Over on the outside next is On a Lap. Polish Mist a little wide through the crossing ahead of Asante Sana, then Gambay, Lee Tide. The favourite is back where you would expect her to be. Storm Fee second from last, and the tail ender is High Skittles. On the Matheson Road side of the course, about to negotiate the bend by the 1500 mark, and By Her Smile is making all the running in the Oaks. 3.5 lengths over Snooze Control. She's going to make this a very genuinely run 2400 metre classic. Third, Danny's Crystal, and 2.5 to Belle de Plume. Fourth, around the outside, Polish Miss quickly went up on the outside to join Fortune Streak, and a length and a half Bow Bells. Baracup Bay on the inside. A length and a half to Taolani, shading Lady Avonlea. And then On a Lap and Asante Sana. Gambay, Storm Fee improving as they head onto the side by the 1100. Lee Tide, and 2 lengths away last of all is High Skittles. 1,000 metres out in the Oaks. By Her Smile has come back to the field. 1/2 to 3/4 now the margin over Snooze Control. 1.5 Danny's Crystal, which has had a lovely run on the inside of Polish Mist. Bow Bells around them, 3 off the fence, went past Fortune Streak and Belle de Plume. And then Taolani now being urged along as they race along past the 700. Then Baracup Bay. Running on now is On a Lap, followed by Lady Avonlea. Clate biding his time with the favourite Storm Fee as they bunch coming to the turn. Asante Sana next, and then Gambay, Lee Tide, and High Skittle still the tail ender. Homeward bound in the Oaks of 2002 at the 400, and Snooze Control swept up and headed them off. Snooze Control in front. Bow Bells, though, quickly pounced upon her. Baracup Bay is a length and a half away, followed by Danny's Crystal, and On a Lap is starting to chime in quickly ahead of Fortune Streak. Storm Fee can't win. On a Lap burst up on the outside and hit the lead with 100 to go. She draws away. Storm Fee giving chase with Danny's Crystal, but On a Lap, the Honour Grades filly, bought out a bit in the concluding stages, but wins the Oaks. On a Lap beat the fast finishing Storm Fee. Danny's Crystal third. Fortune Streak next in, followed home then by Lady Avonlea. Bow Bells pulling up quickly in the run on. Lee Tide, Snooze Control, By Her Smile gave backers a bit of a run for their money. Then Taolani, Baracup Bay, High Skittles a long way back. Belle de Plume and Asante Sana. Polish Mist, and one of the last ones in the Oaks is Gambay. On a Lap turns the tables on Storm Fee. On a Lap, number 4, the Honour Grades filly, trained by George Daly for Wally Daly and David Reed, ridden by Paul King, and takes out the WA Oaks. Number 4, On a Lap. She got going before Storm Fee did. Stole the march on her. Storm Fee was struggling at the 300 mark, but her last 200 has been impressive. But On a Lap was the one that stole the march. She did get out a little under pressure over the concluding stages, but will have no effect at all on the result. Storm Fee rattling home into second place, and Danny's Crystal, at any old odds, has finished third in front of Fortune Streak. Bow Bells behind those. 2:32.73 the time. It's well outside True Devotion's record. The winner, bred by Hanui Farm in New Zealand, is owned by Wally Daly, David Reed, and Honour Grades President's Pearl filly. George Daly, the trainer, and ridden by Paul King. King decided to take off and use the filly's acceleration, had a wound right up around the corner. She went past Fortune Streak, Danny's Crystal, and Bow Bells, with Storm Fee starting to really pick up and extend late in the race, but she has run out too, noticing the Stewards head-on patrol film as we thought On a Lap, but I think she well and truly had the race shot to pieces at that stage. Won by a length, 3/4 and 3/4 were the margins. Okay, I think we've got a dog commitment coming up. Ernie Manning's downstairs, though. Let's go.
Righto, well, we're heading to Traralgon shortly, but On a Lap from Storm Fee, and the roughie Danny's Crystal, the horse we mentioned that had beaten Fortune Streak, who ran 4th 3 starts ago, and she's beaten at home again. Traralgon. 570 for Nip of Shiraz, Bibbidi Boo at 350, and Khan the Broncos at 250 for Peter Giles. We'll be heading that way shortly. Let's have a quick look at Nowra before we go to Pete at Traralgon. BJ's Bubba on top at Nowra, ahead of Inspector Rock, Bewilder Me, and Golden Rossi. 4, 1, 8 and 2. And Inspector Rock the favourite, 270. Where's the top rate of BJ's Bubba? 7 even.
Side for the first.